don't know. I don't know. I'm looking, yeah.
Marc Clark, that's classic. I love it.
Is that delicious beverage?
Duh.
And welcome to the show. Welcome. And again, shout out to our number one sponsor, Delicious Beverage. Let me go ahead and get a little, Delicious. Fresh squeezed lemonade. That's what it tastes like. Fresh squeezed lemonade. Delicious Beverage, deliciousbeverage.com. Welcome. I know y'all been like, where y'all been? Where's Bootsy? Well, Bootsy's not with us tonight. It's just me holding it down. Or whenever you listen tonight, tomorrow, in the morning, whenever you're watching this, Bootsy's not in today. I'm holding it down, but I'm so glad to be back. Things have been crazy. The season has been amazing. Kids back to school, job crazy. But again, we are back at it. And again, a new episode every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Look for it wherever you're watching this, whatever platform. I'm so privileged. I have a special guest in studio. We got a great event coming up this weekend, or this Friday. It's going to be a fundraiser. It's going to be for a great cause. I'm going to bring to the stage. She is doing what we all say we're going to do, and that is what? Serve. To serve. Dr. Gaynors is the president, CEO of the Family Recovery Program, and she joins us now on the Marc Clark Show. Dr. Gaynors, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me tonight.
Well, it's a blessing to have you on. And again, I always say that you're doing what we all say we're going to do something. And Dr. Gaynors, you get to a certain age and you start to really understand that talk is cheap. Yeah. And so when we say we're going to do something, we say we're going to donate a few dollars. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. We say we want to make a difference, but we have to always look ourselves in the mirror and say, what are you doing? Are you serving? Are you doing anything? And you can get so busy with your job, with your family, with your life, that you actually don't give back at all. And so that's why I love talking to people like you, Dr. Gaynors, who your job is to really serve and make a difference. And I know at least when you go to bed at night and you ask yourself that question, have I made a difference? You can say, yep. That's right. You're like, yep, that's right. Checking that box, baby. And so, Dr. Gaynors, tell us about the Family Recovery Program. This is such a challenge in our community. Give us an update on what's going on and what you do.
So thanks again. One of the things that I'm always challenged with is thinking about families and thinking about children. And years ago, I had the opportunity to create a nonprofit from an already standing business called the Family Recovery Program. We work with individuals who are challenged with behavioral health concerns, substance abuse, mental health, trauma. And the work that we do allows us to begin to put those families back together so that they can reunify. One of the scariest things for the children and for the families is that decisions that they may have made are keeping their families separated. And so many of the families in our program have actually lost custody of their children. Many of them are facing what's called TPR, or termination of parental rights. And we don't want that to happen to anybody. Our children want to be with their moms and dads. So what Family Recovery Program does is it gives the parents an opportunity to get themselves together, to stop using drugs, to get good on their mental health medications, to really start being an active member of society. We do that through really intensive case management. referrals to outside clinicians and mental health clinicians and other treatment centers. And we work with them over about a 2-year period. While we're doing that, they're learning new skills about parenting. They're really waking up and saying, you know what, I want to make the choice for myself and for my family. And we support them the whole way. And this event that we're going to have Friday night, a night at the casino, is number one, to celebrate them and their path, to also bring awareness to the fact that we need to do more as a community to support families who are in a challenging situation. You know, substance use in Baltimore and mental health concerns are just rampant. And we look to the work that we do as a way to kind of put a dent in that, to really bring what's needed to families. We bring housing, we bring case management, we bring treatment, we bring all that directly to families. We offer what's called one-stop shopping. They don't have to go anyplace else. They can come to us, just put everything that they need on the table. And my staff works very diligently to make sure that whatever they have that they need, that they get in a timely period, so that they can prove to the powers that be that, you know what, I am the parent for my child. And I'm going to take care of my child. And I'm going to take care of myself. So you all can just back off and let me be my best parenting self. And it's just a great ride. I mean, you know, there's some ups and some downs, but it's a great opportunity because families matter and children want to be with their families. And we support that wholeheartedly.
You know, Doc, I think one of my challenges, or one of the things that's so frustrating, is that I've been a part of the media in Baltimore for quite some time, and when I arrived around 1999, 2000, the thing that was obvious, I used to always say, you know, when you go into the community and you see grandma on heroin and mama on crack, and school system that has challenges, neighborhoods has challenges, and so then you take a snapshot to 20 something years later, and people ask the question, well, why are these kids, fill in the blank? But we knew back then, we knew that there was always something, bubbling up, and that it was these kids were going to be grow up, and they were going to, the side effects of not having what you need ends up being these kids who are now in their, their 20s or so. And so, Doc, how do it's such a huge, you guys do, that's a lot. I mean, you're doing a lot. You got a lot going on there. It seems like such a huge task. How do you systematically, approach it? Because I think that's another thing, to be honest. The challenge is so overwhelming. I think many give up. I think our churches, our communities, in a lot of ways, have given up. And I think some people even say, well, there's nothing I can do. It's too far gone. So how do you approach that each and every day? And can you give us some advice to help us maybe approach it? Because I think the key part is, let's start off this thing with, is that we all have to do our part. It's our community. There are children. There are families. We're going to have to, nobody's going to come rescue. I mean, your organization is trying, but nobody's going to come rescue us. We have to figure this thing out. Help us figure it out. What are some steps?
So the one thing that we try to do every day is just look at one family at a time. We can't go further than that family with that need on that day. And we really try to stay very focused on the family, looking at the mom, looking at the dad, looking at the children, and determining what are their needs, what do they need to thrive, and what can we do right now to make a difference. For most people, what we found is housing is one of the things that they need right now. And you can't really focus on being sober or getting a job or doing any of those great things unless you have housing. So that's one of the things we go right in on. Sometimes it's in our program. Sometimes it's in other programs around the city. There's some excellent programs, excellent treatment programs, excellent housing programs that our families can get into. The second piece we do is we really look at, what referrals do they need? Do they need to go to see a mental health person? Do they need substance abuse treatment? Whatever they need, we try to tackle that. From an individual perspective, what you can do is support agencies like mine and churches that are having initiatives, because we have the tools already in our tool belt to assist these people. For you as an individual, that's a lot. People see folk on the corner and want to give them money, and sometimes that works, but sometimes it's better to give some of your resources to agencies that are very targeted with individuals that are struggling with those issues. One of the things we really focus on is the fact that we don't grow the entire tree, but sometimes we just plant a seed. And I said, you know what, in my program, I may plant a seed that, they may ruminate on for a while. And then they may go to another program, and then that seed gets a little mulch. And then another program, they get a little topsoil. And then a couple years from now, sometimes all of it kind of comes together and you have this beautiful tree. And, when I look at some of the families that we served and we stay in contact with ours, so many of them are thriving. One of the gentlemen that I've invited to the fundraiser is a gentleman that graduated from our program in 2005. And,
Wow.
when you look at him and you look at the accomplishments of himself and his family, you say, you know what, it is possible. People do recover. People get better. Families thrive. The young man is doing all kinds of amazing things, his son. And so that kind of gives me energy to keep going. When you participate in events like this, you get to see people who have made a change. One of the things that we're going to be raising money for is something called Fund a Smile. I write grants all the time because I understand how money has to come into our program. But Fund a Smile actually gives parents the opportunity to get a whole new set of teeth. We take for granted. I know when I say I have braces here and it's very costly, but even before I got braces, just regular dental care is very, very expensive. And I have great insurance. Our families sometimes don't have access to great insurance. And so once they begin to get their lives together and they want to go out to work, they need a whole new set of teeth. So what I've done is I've reached out and created partnerships around Baltimore where I found some dentists who say, look, if you just meet me halfway, I'll take care of your families. And so that's what I've done. So I raised money to be able to fund smiles. And a couple of the folk who'll be coming to the event on Friday have full smiles that are beautiful and new, all because of people like you who've come out and said, you know what, Dr. Gaines, I'm going to make sure somebody has a smile. And it's the little things like that. Those are the little seeds. And when people get teeth and then they start to look in the mirror and say, you know what, I am cute. I do look good. I have self-confidence. I can go out and get a job. I can go out and talk to people. I'm not afraid anymore. No more talking like this. Now I can kind of stand up and hold myself up. We have to help people build their self-esteem up. And so you just have to kind of know what that is, how to go about doing that. And again, it's one family at a time, one child at a time, one event at a time. We try to make sure our clients have tools to go out and play games with. It's little things like that we kind of take for granted. We partner with an organization called Level the Playing Field where our kids can get cleats and helmets and things that cost lots and lots of money. But these organizations just really donate and give us opportunities to be able to give the parents the cleats and the head coverings and things. And so all of us play a part in it. And wherever you are in the city, wherever you are in the state, you can find an organization that supports families, that supports children in foster care, and donate. The second part of it is participate. If you have an opportunity to mentor someone, one of the reasons that I believe that we are as successful as we are is because my staff and myself, we don't work with the families that we have. We walk with them. And that's a completely different mentality. When I work with you, I just kind of tell you what to do and where to go. But when I walk with you, I have staff that actually go to appointments with the parents. When they have court, instead of just saying, okay, you have court on Monday or Tuesday, go. We actually have staff that actually go and sit and talk to them and say, okay, it's going to get kind of tight. They're going to ask you a lot of questions. They're going to make some judgments about you, but don't get worried about it. I've been here. I've been doing this for a long time. I can walk with you. So our whole mentality is, we're not working with you, we're walking with you. And when you begin to take that walk, you begin to understand their frustrations. And then you begin to say, you know what, I have the power to be a change agent. So maybe there's some areas in this walk that I can begin to change. And so there are lots of ways we can all tackle the problem. We just got to bring awareness to it. And we have to think about it first and foremost. Families matter. Each of us has the opportunity to grow up in a family. I have my family of origin. I have married, I have a husband, and we have a new family with him. Then I have a sorority. I'm in Delta Sigma Theta. So I have a sisterhood there. I have a church family. So we all have different families. And so we know that even though sometimes people may have issues with their first family, maybe it's the second or third. So we also make sure all of the families that we work with have natural supports. Maybe it's not mom and dad. Maybe it's grandma or great grandma. So we try to bring them in because we know that, you can't heal wounds just looking at one part of the problem. You have to all kind of get in on it. So I could go on and on.
Doc, first of all, Reverend Doctor, I'm telling you, don't work, we walk. I love it. I love it. And you know what though? That's what I mean. This is so important because I think, again, sometimes we don't get a chance to talk to people like you who are doing this kind of work. And like you said, making us realize, I think one of the things that I discovered in Baltimore and just in actually not just in Baltimore, every city I've worked in is that there's the assumption that everybody came up how you came up. Everybody's got all the information that you got. Right. And what I learned in these different places is that's not true. And so a lot of times when people feel like, well, I don't have anything to give, I don't have any money to give, what you have to give is perspective. Like you said, that comforting voice for somebody who's going to court, or that comforting voice to somebody who's going through something with a family, letting them know that this is what families go through things, but they still stay together. So, I think it's always, again, like you said, just really thinking about it, getting involved, and then you'll find a spot for yourself. So speaking of getting involved, okay, Doc, Friday, it's going down. It's going down. A party with a purpose. Tell us all about what's happening on Friday.
So we're going to be gathering at the Assembly Room at 316 North Guilford, right in the heart of Baltimore City. And we are going to have a night at the casino. Now, of course, it's not a real casino, but we bought in casino tables, and we have a lot of fun stuff kind of going on. We're going to have a caricature artist there that'll draw pictures. We're going to have a photo booth, so we can do it. Mark, hopefully you and I can do a 360, kind of do the little dance around, right? We're going to have some fun time. We're going to have a silent auction with some amazing things. The Ravens have really stepped up and gave us a Hall of Fame football that has signatures of some Hall of Fame greats. We have baseballs from the Orioles. We have all kinds of things that are going to be on sale for everyone to buy. All of the money goes directly to services that we offer to the clients. Our event goes from 6 to 11. We're asking people to come early. The event is almost sold out. There's free parking right next door in a garage that's directly next door. And we have DJ Booby in the house.
Oh no, you're gonna sweat out that hair, boy. Ooh.
I know, I gotta get it together, right? I got things to do.
Doc, I don't know. You may have to have a rap on that night.
It'll probably be up in a bun. But we're gonna have DJ Booby, and he's gonna be on the ones and twos, and we're gonna be having a good time dancing, silent auctioning. A lot of my staff are going to be in attendance. Several families are going to be in attendance. And it's just going to be a good time to honor folk, number one, to bring awareness to the issue of behavioral health concerns in my community. And just to say, you know what? We are here. We need you and we love you and we're not going anywhere. My families also need to see that they are seen. And so when they're there, we don't have everybody. We just have a few families coming. But when they're there, let them know that, we see you. We feel you. You're looking amazing. They're buying outfits, Mark. They were sending me pictures today of stuff they're going to be wearing. I'm having to change up my outfit because I may not be as cute as they are.
Wait a minute.
So unenergized.
Well, Doc, this is not going to be it's not only going to be fun, it's going to be a great cause. And again, opportunity for people to meet your organization, an opportunity for people to come out and see what's going on and then pledge. I think my challenge for everybody is, if you're not involved, if you're not doing anything really, you're not serving, make the pledge to start serving. And this would be a great way to start with this organization. Dr. Gaynors, thank you so much for joining us. And I look forward to seeing everybody on Friday. We're going to be clean. We're going to party. And DJ Booby and a good cause.
DJ Booby's in the house.
Booby does not, but Booby works. There's no chilling when Booby's on the ones and twos. So again, Doc, thanks for joining us. Thanks for everybody who's checking this out. Make sure you follow this podcast and tell your friends about it. Dr. Gaynors, thanks again.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
All right, take care, love. Appreciate you too. Have a great one, and we will see you.
Preparing students to demonstrate mastery of math state standards can feel like a dull, unending cycle of equations and practice problems. Unengaged, frustrated students can weigh on teacher confidence and lead to uncertainty about overall achievement. Two Ivy League-trained engineers observed this struggle and created a way to transform how students learn the fundamentals of math. Through the innovative Accoletics math program, EDA has helped more than 400,000 students achieve success on state-administered math tests and transformed the academic strategies and performance of schools nationwide. Accoletics' uniquely designed supplemental materials and tools are well aligned to your state standards and provide a clear path to exceed state proficiency standards. Through ongoing professional development, you will uncover common challenges and activate solutions that promise to improve student achievement in your school. By partnering with EDA and choosing Accoletics, you can start to see an unprecedented return on your investment in as little as 1 school year. Don't procrastinate on giving your teachers the tools to help students achieve their highest math potential. To learn how you can dramatically improve classroom instruction and learning, test scores, and student confidence, call, email, or visit Accoletics online today.